Hello, I'm Dr. Warner Cribb. I'm your instructor for the online sections of Geology 1030, Introduction to Earth Science, and Geology 1031, Introduction to Earth Science Laboratory. This is about a 15-minute overview of these courses that is intended to be an orientation to the course structure, the course requirements, grading, and online resources that you'll be using throughout the term. So the objectives of the orientation are to give you an overall description of how the Geology 1030 and Geology 1031 courses are taught, to make sure that you understand what the required text is and other required electronic resources that you'll need to access throughout the term, an overview of the different types of assignments that you will be completing during the term, the grading policies, and expected time management. So here's my contact information. As I said, I'm a professor in the Department of Geosciences. I'm a geology professor. I've taught this class online for many years. My email information is given here. I should say that I prefer that my online students contact me through D2L email. That way your email does not get mixed up with other email that I receive from non-students at MTSU. If you need to contact me, email me. You may leave a message on my office phone if I'm not in my office and I don't answer. Should you need to come visit me, which you're welcome to do, my office is in Davis Science, 237. For the online classes, I hold office hours by request. We can do that via email, by D2L chat, by D2L discussion, or via Zoom, whatever is most convenient for you. So if ever you run into any difficulty in the course or you just want to discuss any of the course materials in more detail, please reach out to me and we'll set up some office hours and we can meet however is most convenient to you and whenever is most convenient to you. So just to get started, some important points. Probably the most important things for you to do initially are to access the course D2L page, which of course you've already done if you're watching this video, and to download and carefully read the course syllabi for Geology 1030 and Geology 1031. Those syllabi are linked on the course D2L homepages and under D2L content. I would highly recommend that you also download and post on your calendars the assignment due dates, which are listed on the table of schedules of assignment due dates, which also are posted on the D2L homepage and under D2L content. There are many different due dates during the term, and by downloading this table of assignment due dates, you'll be able to keep track of which assignments are due on which days. It's also important that you go ahead and purchase the required text with Mastering Geology. Mastering Geology is the Pearson course support website. Most students in the online courses choose to purchase the e-text. And the e-text is linked through the D2L content module titled Course Materials, E-Text, and Mastering Geology. The e-text, which is linked through the D2L content module in Geology 1030, comes with Mastering Geology, and it may be less expensive than purchasing a print version of the text with a separate Mastering Geology access code. I will say more about the e-text and how to access it with Mastering Geology in the following slides. An important point for the online sections is that no lab manual is required for Geology 1031. Were you to go to, for example, the MTSU bookstore, they would have a Geology 1031 lab manual. You are not required to purchase that for this course. All Geology 1031 materials will be online. You also will need the free subscription to the New York Times, which is available through your MTSU Pipeline account, and I will show you how to access that. You also will need to download Google Earth Pro to your computer if your computer does not already have that free software installed, or you must, if your computer already has Google Earth Pro running, then you'll be in great shape. So first, let me talk about accessing the eText and Mastering Geology through Geology 1030 D2L page. It's very easy. You simply go to the content link on the D2L homepage, and when you click on the content link, it will take you to a list of all assignments that are going to be posted for you throughout the term. Simply scroll down to the one that says Course Materials, eText, and Mastering Geology, and when you click on that, you will see this. You'll see a link that says BNN Course Materials. BNN stands for Barnes & Noble, because Barnes & Noble now operates the MTSU bookstore, so this link is coordinated through the MTSU bookstore. So when you click on that link, you'll see a window like this, and this is the window which you will use to make a decision as to whether or not you want to purchase the eText with Mastering Geology through the MTSU bookstore or not. So all you have to do if you want to purchase the eText is simply follow the instructions. You'll click on it's very self-evident once you get into the content module how this works. And once you accept the option to purchase the text with Mastering Geology through the MTSU bookstore, and as you can see, the cost is about $80, then you'll simply click on Launch Courseware, and that will take you to the Mastering Geology homepage for this section of Geology 1030. It is important to note, for you to know, that when you choose to opt in to purchase the eText through D2L, MTSU will automatically post a charge of $79.99 to your account. So you will then be billed for the eText and Mastering Geology by MTSU. It's very convenient to do this. Most students find the eText very useful. I like the eText because it includes lots of videos and study aids that are not necessarily available through the print version of the text. But it's your choice. You can opt out of the eText if you choose to do so. You can go to the MTSU bookstore or one of the other bookstores around campus and purchase the text. And but if you do that, you must also purchase the Mastering Geology access code, which comes with the text in order to access the Mastering Geology assignments. So it's your choice. If you have any questions about this, just send me an email and I'll be glad to try to walk you through it. If you do choose to go ahead and opt in for the eText through D2L, there is a Word document posted under the D2L content module with instructions on how to opt in and access Mastering Geology. But as I said, it's fairly self-evident. Most students get through the process very easily. But if you do have any questions, please send me an email and I'll help you out. Once you're into Mastering Geology, whether you choose to purchase the print text with the Mastering Geology access code or through D2L, your homepage will look something like this. The important parts of this Mastering Geology homepage are the eText link here on the left that will take you all the reading assignments and study aids. And then all the assignments will be linked here under all assignments, and this will be your gradebook. So when you click on assignments, all the assignments come up, all the Mastering Geology assignments come up for the entire term. And to complete those assignments, you just click on them, and after you've read the reading assignment in the text, you simply then go through and answer all the questions. They're all multiple choice questions. And so this is basically what an assignment would look like. Each question is individually posted with the number of possible points. So some important information about these Mastering Geology assignments. First of all, they are untimed. You have as much time as you need to complete each assignment, as long as you complete it by the assignment deadline. So they don't have to be completed in one sitting. You can start an assignment and you can stop for a while and you can come back. All your answers are saved as you complete them. As I said, as long as you get it completed before the assignment deadline, there's no problem. Each assignment is estimated to require between 1 to 1.5 hours, and that's an estimate that's based upon past student completion times, which we keep track of. Each question has a point value, and the point value ranges from 1 to 5 based upon difficulty or time estimated for completion. So an easy question that doesn't take much time might have a point value of 1. A harder question that might take you more time to answer would have a point value of 4 to 5. You get 2 chances to answer each question correctly. If you answer the question incorrectly on your first answer, if your first answer is incorrect, you would lose 25% of the question point value. But if you answer any question without opening a hint, so many questions have hints, and if you answer the question without opening that hint, then you get an extra 25%. So for example, if it were a 4-point question, and you answered the question correctly the first time without opening the hint, you would actually get the 4 points plus 25%, 1 additional point, so a total of 5 points for that question. So many students will find that they earn grades well over 100% on each of the Mastering Geology assignments. And this is the extra credit that is built into the course. Some questions in Mastering Geology require the use of Google Earth Pro, and other assignments that are posted under Detail require Google Earth Pro. So your computer must have installed and be able to run Google Earth Pro. And it's a free download. If you just search Google Earth Download, you'll find it. And I will say more about that download in the following slides. Some questions also require MapMaster Geographic Information System software. There's no download required for MapMaster. It is included within Mastering Geology. I very highly recommend that you complete the Introduction to Google Earth Pro and MapMaster no credit assignments that are listed in the Mastering Geology assignment pages, just to make sure that your computer can run these programs, because unfortunately almost every term a student discovers that his computer will not run Google Earth Pro, and that always creates problems for students who are trying to complete all the semesters. So in addition to Google Earth Pro, again, which I'll say more about in just a minute, you will need a free subscription to the New York Times. So as an MTSU student, you are entitled to a free subscription to the New York Times. This is quite a valuable little benefit that MTSU provides to our students, because New York Times subscriptions are actually quite expensive. So throughout the term, you will be reading articles from the New York Times that are published in their science sections. The New York Times has quite a good popular science section. So to activate your free subscription to the New York Times, you're going to log into your MTSU Pipeline account, not D2L account, your Pipeline account. And you're going to come down here, not to the employee link, I'm sorry, unless you're an employee, you don't even have that link, But this link right here that says resources, click on the resources link, and the New York Times will come up, and you'll click on the New York Times and go through the process of setting up a free subscription to the New York Times. After you set up your subscription to the New York Times, you will receive an email from the Times asking for verification. So watch your email inbox for that verification email from the Times. If you don't verify, then they won't activate your free pass to the Times. When you're setting up your subscription, be sure to use your @mtmail.mtsu.edu account. Don't recommend you use your D2L account because it seems that frequently the New York Times does not recognize the D2L, the e-learning email accounts. So make sure you use your @mtmail.mtsu.edu account. So do that, watch for that verification email, get set up, and then you'll have a free subscription to the New York Times. Okay, let's go back and talk a little bit more about Google Earth Pro. In order to, if Google Earth Pro is not downloaded to your computer, simply go to google.com/earth/versions, and then scroll down the page until you see Download Earth Pro on desktop. And that will take you through the free download for Google Earth Pro. Okay? Now, important to remember, Google Earth Pro must be run on a PC or it must be run on a Mac. Google Earth Pro will not run on a Chromebook. So if you're using a Chromebook, you will need to find a PC or a Mac with Google Earth Pro downloaded in order to complete the Google Earth Pro assignments. If you successfully have Google Earth Pro downloaded on your computer, when you open it, this is the home screen that you will see. So make sure that you check this out on your computer and make sure that you do have Google Earth Pro downloaded and that it is running properly. Okay, back to these course schedules. I just want to emphasize the importance of downloading the course schedules for Geology 1030 and Geology 1031. This is an example of a course schedule for Geology 1030. And as you can see, it has different types of assignments that you will be completing for Geology 1030. It has the Mastering Geology assignments. It has D2L content assignments. It has D2L discussion assignments. I'll say more about these two in just a minute. But the important thing here are the due dates. Okay, each chapter has one or more assignments posted for it, and this schedule will give you the due dates for each chapter assignments. And importantly, the time that the assignments are must be turned in or completed by on each due date is 11:59 p.m. So please, for both Geology and 1030 and Geology 1031, please go back and download these course schedules and keep them handy so that you can keep track of what assignments are due on what days. So all chapter assignments are posted at the top of your Geology 1030 and 1031 D2L home pages. So if you ever have any questions about what is assigned for each chapter, simply go to your Geology 1030, your Geology 1031 D2L home pages, and look at the top of the home page, and I will make sure that the assignments that are active and are available to you, that they are posted at the top of each home page. So please do this on a regular basis. I also send out emails the day of each chapter assignment as it opens up on D2L. So for example, if an assignment were opening up at midnight, sometime during the day, that day before midnight, I would send out an email with the assignments that you're going to be completing for that particular chapter. So To access the content assignments, you're simply going to click on the Content tab, scroll down to the chapter assignment that is active, and open the assignment link and complete the assignment. That's pretty straightforward. Students really don't have much difficulty navigating through that. You should know that most Geology 1030 assignments are either short answer or essay assignments. The essays will be 1 to 2 pages maximum plus references. Most Geology 1031 assignments are data analysis assignments that may require some calculations. But again, all of those assignments will be posted under the Geology 1030 and the Geology 1031 content links. Once you complete those content assignments, you're simply going to save your answers as either a .doc, .docx, or .pdf file. And then you'll click on Dropbox on the Geology 1030 and Geology 1031 pages. And you'll scroll down to the appropriate Dropbox, and you will then post your assignment answers to the Dropbox, and I will grade them. And typically I do look at them at least once a day as they come in, so if you complete them early and you post them, if I see there's a problem with it, I will post a comment in the D2L Dropbox feedback text box for you to read so that you can fix that before the assignment due date. In addition to the D2L content assignments and the Mastering Geology assignments, every other chapter has a D2L discussion assignments. These assignments cover environmental sociology issues such as fracking, climate change, any kind of earth science issue that has widespread socioeconomic impacts that is most of which are in the popular press today. So this is where you'll be going to, for example, the New York Times. You'll be reading articles, and then you'll be posting opinions, comments on the topic. It's important to remember that in order to receive full credit for the discussions, you have to initiate a thread under the discussion topic, and you must respond to another student's thread. So you would simply go to the discussion link in D2L, and the first one is called your most memorable Earth event, for example, for chapter 1. So you would read that short description, read the link there that is posted. There's actually an article from the Times about the 2010 Nashville floods, and then you would post a thread about your most memorable Earth event, whether it's a flood or an earthquake or a tornado or whatever. And then you would have to go back and then respond to another student's thread. And if you if you initiate a thread and respond to another student's thread, you get full credit for the discussion. So you probably know, if you've used D2L discussion before, that you simply click on Start a New Thread in order to post your original comment. Finally, grading. All assignments carry the same weight, so your final average in both Geology 1030 and 1031 is simply the average of all your assignments. Please remember that Geology 1030 and 1031 are separate courses. They are co-requisites. So you'll get a separate grade for Geology 1030, which will count for 3 credit hours, and a separate grade for Geology 1031, which will count for 1 credit hour. Assignments are always due at 11:59 p.m. on the due date. Late assignments are not accepted, except under extenuating circumstances such as severe illness or family emergency. If that comes up, just please email me. I'm very flexible about that. I do not accept incomplete assignments. Incomplete assignments are assigned an automatic grade of 0%. Please do not skip questions. If you skip a question in a science assignment, then the assignment is considered to be incomplete. So all questions must be answered, otherwise the assignment is automatically assigned a grade of 0%. Please remember that all assignments are automatically scanned for plagiarism. If your assignment is plagiarized, it'll be automatically assigned a grade of 0%, and you'll get an email from me suggesting that you not do that again. I've tried very hard to post assignment grades to the detailed gradebook by the day following the due date. And please, 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 please take care not to make excessive spelling and grammatical errors, especially in your essays and short answer assignments, because that will also earn a grade of 0%. It's very, very highly recommended that you download and use the free version of Grammarly. I use it all the time, and it's quite useful. In terms of time management, we do expect that you will spend approximately the same amount of time on Geology 1030 and 1031 online assignments as you would in an on-campus assignment. So just so you know, this course includes 15 chapter assignments that equate to effectively 1 chapter assignment per week during a normal fall or spring semester. So if you were taking these courses during the semester for Geology 1030, you would be an hour in lecture for 3 hours, plus we assume twice that in study time, so that's approximately 9 hours. And for Geology 1031, that's a 2-hour lab plus 4 hours of study and lab reporting and writing, so that's 6 hours. So typically during a semester, we assume a student is going to spend 15 hours per week on Geology 1030 and 1031. So for each set of chapter assignments, you should expect to spend approximately the same amount of time, 15 hours. Many students don't have to spend that much time on the Geology 1030 and Geology 1031 assignments, but some do in order to earn an above average grade. But that is the time expectation which is built into the online versions of these courses. As a Mastering Geology assignments that are posted on the Mastering Geology page under assignments, you may work on those assignments in advance. As long as you get them completed before the due date, that's fine. So you may go ahead and start working on those in advance. If you have extra time and you want to get ahead in the course, that's where to do it. However, we don't allow students to work on the Geology 1030 and Geology 1031 assignments in advance, and that is simply because we have to go back and check the validity of all the external links in those assignments immediately before the assignment start date. For example, the assignments that cover climate change, many of the government websites that we use to build climate change assignments for our Geology 1030 and 1031 students change frequently. The government frequently changes what's available on those sites and changes the data that's available. So before they're opened up for our students to complete, we have to go back and check those assignments to make sure that the links are valid and that the data that is available on those sites actually is appropriate to the assignment that we're posting. So that is why those assignments cannot be completed in advance. So that's pretty much what you need to know to get started. I know this is kind of a lengthy video, but I appreciate you sitting through it. Most importantly, if you have any questions, please email me. If you're watching this after your D2L page is open, please email me from D2L. If not, simply email me at my regular MTSU email address, which is warner.cribb@mtsu.edu. So thank you very much. I look forward to working with you this semester.